Mastering. It's somewhat of the dark arts of the production process. Easy to screw up if you're not sure what you're doing, and hiring a professional might be out of your budget. Thankfully, BandLab has some great tools that you can use for free, which I'm going to showcase for you today.
Maybe I won't have to pray so hard.
So before we get into things, what exactly is mastering? How does it differ from mixing? And what makes it so important? Mastering is the final stage of the production process. Its main role is to increase the volume to a competitive level and to add that extra character and sheen to your track. Think of it like putting a filter on a photograph. Where mixing deals with leveling the individual instruments and components of the song, mastering is applied to the entire track at once. Without mastering, you'll quickly find that your song is a lot quieter when compared to other songs on Spotify or on the radio, and that your track is lacking that extra something that makes it really stand out. So let's get into BandLab and see how it can help you. So firstly, if you've already made your track in BandLab, you can go to your library, then go to the project that you want to use, and hit the three dots, and then hit Edit Mastering, and then it will come up with the mastering page, which is right here. Alternatively, if you already mixed your track in another DAW, you can press the plus button here and go straight to mastering and import your song. Just a small note, I'm using the phone app, but this can all be done on desktop as well if you prefer. So for demonstration purposes, I'm going to be using a track that I made completely within BandLab using its inbuilt samples and effects. So let's firstly listen to the mix without any mastering whatsoever.
So lonely. Maybe I won't have to pray so hard.
So not bad. I'm still blown away by BandLab's vocal effects. I recorded that vocal using my phone speaker. It's kind of mad. So onto the mastering, and we are presented with these 8 different options. But the really cool thing BandLab has done here has provided you with 3 different intensity levels for each mastering option, which gives you an absolutely mad amount of variety. So let's listen to some of these options, and I'm going to start with universal, and I'm going to flick between the different intensities to see which one I like best. So we're going to start with normal and go from there. Really crisp sounding. That's the normal setting.
Maybe the days won't feel so lonely.
Let's try light.
Maybe I won't have to pray so hard.
Yeah, that's slightly less compressed. And let's give heavy a go.
These cold shoulders.
So that's massive sounding, very big.
Be a part of it.
Somebody very impressed with this. I like this setting quite a lot. It's natural, it's bright and crisp without being too harsh on the ears. So for the universal setting, I think I like the normal intensity the most, but let's try the next one. Let's try fire. And this one is meant to add quite a lot of low, mid and warmth to the track, which actually might not be the best for this particular song because it already has quite a lot of that already. But let's give it a listen and see if we can find something that we like. So you're really enhancing that bass there, if you can hear it.
Maybe the days won't feel so lonely.
But might be a bit too much. Let's try the light.
Maybe I won't have to pray so hard.
Yeah, this one is really nice actually. I'm pleasantly surprised.
Flying at these cold shoulders.
And let's finally try the heavy.
Be a part of it.
Now that's a little bit overbearing, but the great thing about this is those intensity options, which really give you a lot of variety and a lot of choice. The normal setting was a bit overbearing for me, but then the light one actually enhances that bass there without it being too boomy and too out of control. So now onto the clarity setting, and given its name, I'm guessing this one is meant to add quite a bit of brightness. So let's give it a listen. I immediately like that quite a lot.
Maybe the days won't feel so lonely.
Let's try the light intensity.
Maybe I won't have to pray so hard.
That's very natural.
Flying at these cold shoulders.
And finally, the heavy.
Be a part of it.
Quite compressed, quite squashed, that heavy setting. I think the normal one is once again my favorite on this, but I really like this setting a lot. It adds that kind of 80s sheen to it, which I'm a big fan of personally. Onto the tape setting, and I'm very partial towards tape and vintage saturation in general, so I'm going to try my best not to be biased towards this just because of its name. But the good thing is, BandLab is included with the touch of a button that you can switch between original track and the mastered track, so you can easily A/B test this, which I'm going to be doing for this. I'm going to try and change between the intensities quickly first to see which one I like the best, and then A/B test.
Maybe the days won't feel so lonely.
Actually like this heavy the most.
Maybe I won't have to pray so hard. Flying at these cold shoulders.
Yep, really like that after the A/B test, and that's adding a lot of volume, at least a lot of perceived volume, which is great for if you want your song on the radio or something like that, because it's going to have a perceived loudness, and people perceive loudness as better most of the time. So there we go. That's the tape setting. So onto the 4 new settings that BandLab have added recently. We have natural, spatial, cinematic, and punch, giving you even more choices than you had before. Let's listen to a few of these and compare them to what we've already heard, starting with natural.
Maybe the days won't feel so lonely.
So as the name suggests, that's pretty natural sounding, quite true to the original mix, and quite similar to the universal setting actually, but a little less bright I feel. Let's try the spatial setting.
Maybe I won't have to pray so hard.
Definitely adding a lot of wideness to the stereo field, actually having the result of putting the vocals more up front. This would be a great choice for a track that has a lot going on and needs that separation. Now let's listen to cinematic.
Flying at these cold shoulders.
This one is doing a similar thing to Fire for me, where it's adding quite a lot of low mid, but this one feels actually less extreme than Fire, so another good option there. Finally, punch.
Be a part of it.
No kidding, this adds a lot of punch. Yeah, that really emphasizes that kick drum there, adding that punch feel. And yeah, I think this would be really great for hip hop. Very impressed with the new settings. So what are my final thoughts? I think this is a great option, especially for DIY independent artists, where this can save you a hell of a lot of time and money. I was thoroughly impressed with the amount of variety and choice available, especially for something so simple and easy to use, and not to mention free. My personal favorites, I think the normal intensity universal setting, heavy tape, and normal clarity. Let me know what your thoughts are down in the comments, and you can download the BandLab app for free now or use it within browser if you want to give this excellent feature a go yourself.